10 things your hamster hates. As a fellow hamster enthusiast, you're probably familiar with just how sensitive these adorable little critters can be. But hold up, don't jump to conclusions just yet. Contrary to popular belief, their quirks may not be what you initially assumed. It's time to debunk some misconceptions and shed light on the real reasons behind their behavior. Get ready as we unveil the top 10 things that hamsters absolutely despise, and trust us, you'll want to steer clear of these no-nos. 1. Loud noises. If you've got a hamster as your furry friend, be mindful of their delicate ears. These little critters have super sensitive hearing compared to us humans, and as prey animals, they have an instinctive sense of fear that helps them survive in the wild. So if you want to keep your hamster happy and stress-free, avoid exposing them to loud noises like vacuum cleaners, blenders, or horror movies. These sounds can be downright terrifying for your tiny pet. Instead, give your hamster some peace and quiet by placing their enclosure in a calm, secluded room away from the place where many people and young children constantly walk around. 2. Bathing them. Hamsters are the epitome of cleanliness. They're constantly grooming themselves, and because of this, they don't need to take baths like we humans do. In fact, giving them a bath can cause serious problems for their sensitive skin and fur. Hamsters are also quite sensitive to temperature changes, which means that bathing them with water can actually send them into shock. Yikes! But don't worry, there are other ways to keep your hamster fresh and clean. If your furry little body has some dirt or grime in a certain area, you can simply use a damp washcloth to spot clean them. And here's a fun fact. Sand bathing is actually something that hamsters absolutely adore. In the wild, they would roll around in sand to keep themselves clean. So why not give your pet a container of pet-safe sand to play in? The sand granules are abrasive, which helps remove dirt, moisture, and grease from their fur, and your hamster will love it. 3. Waking them up. Hamsters are the ultimate night owls, or should we say crepuscular creatures. Basically, this means that they're most active during dawn and dusk, and they like to catch some Z's during the day. Sure, your little furball might pop up for a quick snack or drink while the sun's up, but they generally prefer to snooze during daylight hours. So if you want to spend some quality time with your hamster, it's important to respect their sleep schedule. Don't try to wake them up for playtime during the day. They need their beauty rest. Instead, plan your bonding sessions for late afternoon or early evening after they've had a chance to fully recharge their batteries. That way, you can enjoy some fun and games together without disturbing their natural rhythm. 4. Strong smells. Hamsters have noses that could put a bloodhound to shame. They've got a super sensitive sense of smell, which is why they absolutely hate overpowering scents. So if you're the type of person who loves to douse yourself in perfume, deodorant, or strongly scented lotions, your hamster might not be too thrilled about it. They're also not big fans of garlic, some air fresheners, and even certain essential oils. But that's not all. Hamsters also have a particular distaste for the smell of citrus and olive oil. So be sure to steer clear of these scents when you're handling or interacting with your little furball. And when it comes to cleaning their living space, make sure to avoid using any cleaning products with a strong or pungent odor. Your hamster's nose will thank you for it. 5. Cotton fluff bedding. When it comes to hamster bedding, there's one thing you should always avoid: cotton fluff. Sure, it might seem soft and cozy, but it's actually super harmful to your furry little friend. You see, hamsters can't digest cotton, which means that if they accidentally swallow some, it can lead to a dangerous blockage in their digestive system. In fact, it can even be fatal. But that's not the only risk. Cotton can also get wrapped around a hamster's limbs, cutting off circulation and leaving their poor little limbs dead. In some cases, a hamster might even chew off their own limb to free themselves from the cotton trap. Yikes! So what should you use instead? Stick to safe materials that are easily digestible, like paper-based bedding or plain old toilet paper. These materials won't cause blockages in your hamster's system, and they don't have enough strength to cut off circulation to their little limbs. Your hamster will thank you for it. 6. Too much change. Hamsters are creatures of habit. They hate change. Whether you're moving into a new house or simply shifting your furry little friend's cage to a new room, it's important to remember that your hamster will need time to adjust to the new environment. They're likely to be quite scared and nervous at first. But here's the thing, even small changes can cause major stress for your hamster. Some of them don't even like it when you rearrange their current enclosure. So if you want to keep your little buddy happy and stress-free, try to avoid changing things up too much. Stick to a consistent routine and only make changes when absolutely necessary. Your hamster will feel more secure and comfortable in their familiar surroundings. 7. A dirty or smelly living space. Hamsters are sticklers for cleanliness. They just love a tidy and fresh environment. But did you know that a dirty and smelly home can actually create health problems for your furry friend? A habitat with dust, urine, dirt, and poop can cause respiratory illnesses in hamsters, making it difficult for them to breathe. It can also lead to the growth of harmful bacteria, so it's essential to clean your hamster's cage regularly. However, just like cleaning your own home, there's a balance to strike. If you clean your hamster's enclosure too often, it can actually cause stress and anxiety for them. Hamsters use their scent glands and poop to mark their territory in their cage, so when you remove all the bedding and wipe everything down during a full clean, you're essentially raising their scent and making it feel like a brand new environment all over again. This can be incredibly stressful for them. In fact, one study found that conducting a full cage clean raised the hamster's heart rate to 150 beats per minute, taking almost an hour for them to fully calm down again. So instead of doing a full clean, it's best to spot clean your little pet's living space. This means removing any soiled bedding and wiping down any dirty areas. This way, your hamster can still feel comfortable and secure in their familiar environment while enjoying a fresh and clean living space. 8. Sharing their territory. Hamsters are very territorial and prefer to live solo, so it's best to keep just one hamster per enclosure. They don't typically enjoy sharing their space with another hamster, and this can lead to some pretty intense fighting, which could even result in death. So to keep your little furball happy and healthy, it's best to give them their own separate living quarters. However, there are some exceptions to this rule. If you do want to house more than one hamster, you'll need to make sure they're introduced properly and have enough space to avoid conflicts. Even then, there's still a risk of fighting, so it's important to keep a close eye on their behavior. 9. Not enough space to exercise. Hamsters may be small, but they're high-energy critters that need plenty of space to run, burrow, and explore. In the wild, hamsters can run up to 6 miles every single night just to find food. Even your captive hamster still has that natural energy, as you can probably tell by how much they're running their wheel every night. To keep your little friend happy and healthy, make sure to provide them with plenty of space and enrichment in their living environment. This includes things like a sand bath, different substrates, and a properly sized wheel. Remember, hamsters love to burrow, so they need at least 6 inches of bedding to dig, hide, and stay occupied. Keeping your hamster in a tiny cage is just not kind. It can lead to a range of stress-related and health problems like obesity, depression, and boredom. So give your furry little friend the space and stimulation they need to live their best life. 10. Small children. While young children can be full of energy and excitement, they can also be unpredictable and impulsive, which can be harmful or frightening for a delicate hamster. Hamsters require special handling and support, so they can be in danger of mishandling by kids who don't know how to interact with them properly. Additionally, young children are less able to control their voices and movements, which can be a source of stress for a sensitive hamster. To ensure the safety and well-being of your furry little friend, it's important to always supervise any interactions between children and hamsters. This will help prevent any accidental harm and allow you both to enjoy a happy and healthy relationship. This brings us to the end of today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure to hit that bell button so you can get notified whenever there's a new video ready for you and your furry friend to enjoy.